I did a comparison here of 3 different types of ammo out of 3 different guns. They're all 9mm. I did 6 shots. I did 2 different 3-round groups of each, just to make sure my consistency was the same. These are all fairly cheap as far as price, but as far as quality, I think they're just as good as some of the better stuff. But anyway, the first ones here across the top, this first row, are these American Quality, and they're the hollow point. They've got kind of a star bit pattern to them, but they're brass casing. They're good primers, and they're made by American Quality. They're reloads. The second type of ammo I used was the brassmax, made by Tullammo, and they seem to shoot about the same as the steel cased, but they're, of course, the brass casings, brand new, not reloads. And then the last row down here across is the Ultramax, and they are, some of them are the plated brass, but they're all brass, no steel casings. They're all remanufactured, just a lead point, non-jacketed bullet. And out of the 3 guns, out of the 4-inch XD service model, I've got the American Quality. See a pretty decent group there. American Quality out of the M&P Shield 9, decent little group. Out of the 5 1/4 XDM competition, real good group with those. Moving on to the brassmax. This is out of the 4-inch XD standard service model. The brassmax out of the M&P Shield, and the brassmax out of the 5 1/4. And as you can tell, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 of those in the same exact hole, so those seem to be real consistent. And then last, I've got the Ultramax out of the 4-inch service model XD. It's a pretty loose group, fairly loose group on this one. I had a couple there real close to each other, but I had one flyer. I'm not sure, that shouldn't have been user error because I was trying to make consistent shots. And then the Ultramax out of the 5 1/4, which was a decent group out of those. But there you can kind of see the difference. The 5 1/4 obviously shoots a lot tighter, and it is a lot smoother shooting gun than the others. The Shield is a little bit harder to hold on to, but I took one shot at a time as carefully as I could from about 15, 16 feet from the target, just so I could get a good consistent range. Here again, you've got the American Quality, brassmax, and the Ultramax.